Hello, welcome everybody. Today we're going to be covering a really new and exciting solution between Lenovo and Acuutech. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with the ThinkAgile MX platform, which was introduced in 2017 in cooperation with Lenovo and Microsoft. This new solution from Acuutech, the Acuutech MESH product, offers some really powerful tooling to simplify the whole life cycle of your HCI cloud solutions. Okay, I'm really happy today to have Bhavesh Mehta, the CTO of Acuutech, and my good friend and colleague Pierre Lundström, who's a principal architect at Lenovo. So my first question is to Bhavesh. Now, a lot of our customers in the UK will be familiar with Acuutech. Could you give a sort of a view, an overview of Acuutech and your role in the company?
Acuutech was formed in '96. Initially, we started life as a typical system integrator. Over the years, and particularly early part of 2000s, we actually developed ourselves into a managed service provider and got our alignment with the likes of Microsoft, and obviously then IBM and now Lenovo, where effectively we worked with them extensively on sort of deep engineering projects, where effectively we were able to convert what I call typical vanilla based products into as a service type solution. So it's been a pretty long journey, and I think you'll probably find as we go along this interview, you'll probably find some of the exciting announcements that we both can make to the world.
So Bhavesh, now when you look at the MESH product, can you tell me a little bit about the thinking behind the design and the development of it?
MESH is just a brand name. It's got a collection of what are called services that sit underneath that. And what we tend to do, as I again allude to, is we look at product vendors such as Microsoft and of course Lenovo, where they develop some really good platforms. We then look at what is the area we can actually significantly improve that product. It doesn't mean that the product is not ready to market, but actually make life of an end customer and an end service provider or an end partner much more easy to consume that product and services. So MESH is a collection of services where effectively we make the ThinkAgile product easy to scope, easy to deploy, easy to manage, and easy to actually consume services on the back of that.
Bhavesh, that's really great, because the simplification of the data center is one of the biggest drives in Lenovo, because it is really essential. The world is getting so complicated. To simplify things is absolutely of paramount importance to customers. So now, Per, could you give us the details of the actual solution and the actual offering?
MESH contains a suite of concepts or functions, right? So one of them is a GUI-based management functionality called MIS, and this is where the profile of the organization is created. And here the GUI is capable for subdividing the management into a company organization. So if you look at from an organization perspective, you could, as an example, have a customer with multiple locations because it's international production company, having production sites in Stockholm, London, Paris, Milan, and all of them have their own ThinkAgile MX solution on each of these sites. No matter they are different, right? They can very easily be defined within this MIS GUI. So the organization is specifying each of these clusters, and within each of them, we can even separate them up to have specific tenant separations. So the network is defined, the storage is defined, how much workload you would like on the solution, as well as quality of services. And whenever these profiles they are defined, it's very easy for the ones who are doing this profiling and to shadow how the profile looks before the image is uploaded to a USB stick. And now this USB stick, whenever it is inserted into the node, then when it's booting, it will be recognized by the management deployment service. And then around the initial process, a PXE boot would start, and then the cluster will be deployed automatically. And each of these nodes will follow this process, right? So operating system and all the services, all the components that are needed for the cluster to run as a file in production environment will get installed automatically. And this is normally a manual process that can take really many hours to define. And then when it's finalized, the cluster is ready to be shipped to the final location, or it could actually operate at once if it is installed directly in the data center. But the benefit here is that the build manager service, whenever that has automated the installation and services, then Mesh or other tools like Windows Admin Center and so on can be used to view and manage and change the complete cluster infrastructure. And from one single point of glass, one single place, you can manage any location worldwide, even your Azure services in the public cloud. And later on, if the customer would like to scale up, they will just follow the same procedure. They can even do it remotely. A very important topic to mention, that is a benefit as well, because you can prepare and then do the final steps whenever it hits the final location. You just need someone to plug it into the network.
One more question for you, Per. It's really, how will the product be supported in the market?
That's a very good question, right? So the mesh tool, whenever purchased together with a ThinkAgile MX solution, it's completely united with the Lenovo services, right? So from a hardware service point of view, from a single point of contact view, even it is software or a matter about software questions or help needed to solve out software issues on the platform, it's one united solution. So Mesh is the single point of contact in this scenario where a customer will reach out to one phone number, one email address, one contact number, no matter what the reason for the cluster to fail or questions asked along any functionalities within the cluster services will be seen from one single point of view, and then the service engine behind Mesh will take care of the hardware or software issues. Is it Lenovo related? Is it Microsoft related? Doesn't matter.
That's really powerful. Not only are you simplifying the usability of the environment, you're really simplifying the support aspect as well. Now, I have a question for you, Bhavesh. Really, we've talked a lot about customers. What about service providers? I can see this tool and this product set will be very applicable to them. Could you give me some insights on that?
Tigray is a fantastic question. So Acuutech MESH portfolio enhances an end customer's usability, if I put it right in that way, of the Azure Stack HCI components plus hybridizing and hybridizing and cloud, relatively easily without the requirement of having very expensive consulting resources. So we tend to simplify that through low touch but high-end automation, where the customer doesn't really require to have a lot of skill sets internally to deploy it. And more importantly, the customers, particularly enterprise customers, even mid-sized customers, where they have a challenge where effectively they're not able to departmentalize billing, all across their estate, whether it's on-prem, in the data centers, and cloud. So we tend to simplify that through our billing platform, which is part of the mesh portfolio. And again, through compliance and security requirements these days, we have a very powerful auditing engine that sits behind it. So changes made, you're able to give the autonomy to different departments, but yet also retain the control. And more importantly, it keeps you in sync with all the new compliance and new legislative stuff that you have to keep updating yourself with. So in a nutshell, we enhance the life of an end customer, along with the powerful nature of what Lenovo bring from its ThinkAgile platform, and of course the Microsoft stack.
Ravesh, thank you very much for that. That's given a very good view on the whole story. And both of you, thank you very much for really giving us some insights on this solution. I hope all of you who've watched this video have found it useful. You're really seeing with this solution Lenovo's commitment to the Microsoft platform. We started with the ThinkAgile in 2017. Now with announcements all the way through with hyperconverged infrastructure and recently on edge, we've taken it from edge to cloud. With the Acuutech MESH product, we're really significantly looking at ease of use, because that really multiplies the value to a customer. So I hope you found this video useful. And we're living in a world of videos these days. So I should also mention, our physical location, our executive briefing center. We would love to welcome you there. And also these solutions are running there if you want to try them out. Thank you very much for watching this video.